Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls watching this. Welcome along to the Circuit de Catalunya in Barcelona for the Spanish Grand Prix and round 4 of the IFM F1 PS4 League Season 2. I'm your commentator, Ash Dawson. We've been at the West End in America, Brazil and Canada for the first 3 rounds, where we saw 3 different winners, Zarai, Vic Mill and GT Fan. It leaves the title battle very exciting coming here to Spain for the start of the European season. You join us now in qualifying 1, but the big question is, will we see Vic Mill or GT Fan grab another win and keep their title battle on fire, or will we have a 4th different winner in round 4? Well, the Circuit de Catalunya here in Barcelona has played host to many brilliant F1 races over the years. In 1996, where it was absolutely pouring with rain, and Michael Schumacher absolutely dominating the race, finishing over 1 minute ahead of everyone else. Absolutely amazing. Also 2007, where we saw a great performance from Felipe Massa beating the 2 McLarens of Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso. 2012, Pastor Maldonado's first and only ever win, where he battled Fernando Alonso and Kimi Raikkonen throughout the race. Another great race that one was to watch. And of course 2016 too, where we saw the Mercedes drivers of Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg crashing into each other on the first lap at turn 4, going off the track, and that led on to a great battle all race between Red Bull and Ferrari, and the winner of that race was the young Max Verstappen, taking his first win in Formula 1 and the youngest driver to do so at only 17 years old at the time. But the focus now is here on IFM, round 4 of the championship. We are here in qualifying 1, and on your screen now is Schwiki in the Ferrari. What can Schwiki do in that Ferrari? Well, it will be interesting to see as I now take a look at the results from last time out. Well, not last time out, from the whole season. And Schwiki so far, he's not had the greatest of seasons. He has only scored 6 points all season with that 8th place finish. The 7th place finish in America. Besides that, he has not scored a single point this year, so he will be looking to make some improvements in form there. And as you see now, he's just started a lap around this track in qualifying 1. All drivers apart from Selangville are on the soft tyres. Selangville going on the mediums for the start of qualifying, saving the set of soft tyres for the race, and also qualifying 2 and 3. Got 3 qualifying sessions, of course, 18 minutes for the first, 15 minutes for the second, and 12 minutes for the third, before we have a 33 lap race here in Spain. Weather, you may be wondering what's going to be like throughout the session. Well, for the moment it's dry as it appears on the screen, but will it stay dry? It certainly wasn't the case in America, although it was dark clouds hovering over the track at the Circuit of the Americas. But here, however, at the Circuit de Catalunya, there's a bit more blue sky. We can see the blue, and hopefully it will stay that way. We don't want rain to ruin qualifying here, but of course it hasn't ruined races here in the past. 1996, as I mentioned, was an amazing race to watch, especially if you're a Michael Schumacher fan. But Schwiki now crossing the line, and he sets a time of a 1 minute 21.0, and that is quickly beaten by Vettel fan with a 1:19.4. I was going to say 1:21 is not the best lap time anyone could do, and we've seen already Epic Scorpion slots in between in his Sauber with a 1 minute 20.7, and Impact 6 Echo, we'll just call it Impact for this race, he's taken over from Dracula Hunter in the Sauber today. Other news I bring you regarding our drivers, as Cistern on your screen now, Cistern prior, he'd been representing Germany for the first 3 races of the season, but now he will be representing Spain, not just because we've come to the Spanish Grand Prix, but because he was a resident in Spain growing up, was Cistern, and he'll be proud here coming to Spain on his return home and fly that Spanish flag around the track during a race. Can he produce a good result here? Well, he finished 3rd, got podium in America, 4th in Brazil, but sadly he did not finish the race in Canada. Can he turn that form back round? He's currently 5th in the championship, although he is over double the points of the championship leader of Vic Mill. The gap at the top of the table only 7 points between Vic Mill and GT Fan, but Zarai is only a further 6 points behind those two, with Vettel fan only a further 2 points behind Zerai, so it's a four-way title battle at the moment after 3 rounds, and it certainly can only get better than this. Vettel fan is still your fastest man on the track in the Haas, still the 1:19.2 he has. GT fan though has done a 1:19.7, so he's half a second off Vettel fan. But we saw what GT fan did last time out in Canada. Absolutely phenomenal performance from the Force India driver. Fastest in all 3 qualified sessions, and pulled that amazing time out of nowhere in Q3 as the rain had just dried up in that session. But yeah, GT fan could just pull a lap time out of anywhere, and he's going to improve here. Coming up to the line now. He doesn't go the fastest. He's improved his time by just under a tenth of a second, but he still remains in second behind Vettel fan. It was GT fan versus Vettel fan throughout qualifying last time out in Canada. But will we see it anymore? But not only that, it was also in the race. GT fan just pulled away from Vettel fan throughout the race. Just absolutely blitzed the opposition. GT fan led every single lap apart from when he pitted, as he gets out of the way there for Renfara in the Haas, the teammate of Vettel fan, just passing him there whilst he's on a hot lap. You see GT fan there, but yeah, GT fan fastest in all 3 qualified sessions in Canada. Not only that, he got the fastest lap of the race and won the race with pure dominance. Will he be able to do the same here though? GT fan and Vettel fan, 2 rookies for this season. It's certainly going to be one exciting championship if those 2 drivers can mount a challenge to Vic Mill. Vic Mill's still in the pits right now as we speak, so no footage of him yet out on track. But it's certainly going to get interesting throughout the session to see where they all go. On your screen now, of course. We just got a Force India off there. Not GT fan. It was the other Force India. Force India off Spike, just getting out of the way there of Schnixel. And we've got some news regarding the drivers here. I'll just say. Let me just bring that up for you. Schnixel actually is now a full-time driver at McLaren Honda for this season, taking over from, so let me bring it up, it's just the start of the season, get used to all these names. Yep, so Schnixel takes over at McLaren Honda from Pro Owners. Pro Owners has left the team. He's decided to quit IFM just after 3 rounds. We wish him all the best for whatever he does next. As we have Schnixel there on your screen now. He's currently the 4th fastest man on track with a 1:19.8. He proved himself to be the right replacement for Pro Owners for this season. I believe he can, as last season Schnixel was, I think 4th in the championship there. We certainly wait to find out what sort of challenges Schnixel can make on everyone else throughout the season. Still your fastest man at the moment is Vettel fan, still with a 1:19.2. He's in the pits at the moment, as are all the top 3. With GT fan and System Pro as well. Best of the rest, of course, is Schnixel. And the Red Bull Pascal, is he just going to pits? Yes, he is. Pascal in the Red Bull pits as well. Going to be interesting to see how Pascal does throughout this race as well. We've seen how good a driver he can be. Most drivers are in the pits now. Weber on track in the Williams. Don't know if this is going to be a sufficient lap time, we'll have to find out. Yeah, last season Schnixel driving for Schnixel. No, Schnixel was not a driver last season. I'm trying to find his name. Nope, it was not. But he's been good so far this season in the races he has took part in. Schnixel last time out in Canada didn't actually do the race, sorry, but he did Brazil and finished 8th place there, but didn't score any points in America. Now that he's got the permanent drive at McLaren, it's his time to shine. Speedy now goes 3rd fastest in the Renault with a 1 minute 19.7. Some good driving there. The Renault, he gets in between GT Fan and C Stern. Got over 7.5 minutes to go in qualifying 1. So Langville now out on the track in the other Renault on the medium tyres still. Well, oh no, wait, he was on the mediums, but as soon as he crosses the line and sets a lap time, it will change. If I just bring up now, there we go, currently fitted, yep, he's on the yellow softs. So Langville though for his dangerous driving out in Canada. Sorry, not in Canada, in Brazil. All his dangerous driving there. He will have a 10-second time penalty at the end of this race for his punishment. Now, he shows that he's got a lot of work to do in this race here at the Circuit de Catalunya. He'll be hoping to get good points despite having a 10 seconds out of his time, but who knows what's going to happen here. At Canada, the field could spread out very quickly. It's very harsh on tyres, this track. We'll only have to wait and see what drivers do. And of course, one mistake here in Canada, well, your lap time in your race have a big impact, as it's a very twisty track to overtake on. Difficult track to overtake, I should say, despite there being 2 DRS zones, one of course being down that main straight, and absolutely, well, very lengthy straight there, about a kilometre long I think it is. One of the longest straights in Formula 1. Of course this straight here, what you're seeing now between turns 8 and 9 I think this one is. Where's Langville now? What lap time is he going to make here? To see, as he just comes through now, the final sector. Over that chicane there. A bit annoying that chicane. I don't agree with it being there, but I still think the old way around was better. That chicane was thrown in to create more overtaking opportunities, but in fact it's only made it a little bit more difficult. But anyway, so Langville goes 12th fastest with a 1 minute 20.6. So the top 8 in the session are in the pits. Will they come back out again? I don't think so. Rainfire now about to start a new lap in the Haas. We'll go on board with him, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is lap of Canada. So going into turn 1, it is a bit laggy this, I am sorry. Going into turn 1 and turn 2, hit those apexes and just curl your car nicely round. And this turn 3 as well, don't want to go too wide, you better carry as much speed as you can through there. You get a good run here up to turn 4, brake, take a wide entry into this corner is what I do, and it allows you to get on the power a bit earlier. But the exit the corner now, turn 5, slope down the hill, and on the power again on the exit. Try not to get too much on the curves because the back end will slide out. And now come up to turn 6 or 7, you can say this one is, I say turn 7, 8, yeah, it's turn 8, and now coming up to turn 9. Rainfire just went a little bit out of shape from turn 7 and 8, but doing alright there from turn 9. DRS now wide open, short shifts from 7th into 8th gear. Braking hard now down to turn 10, rounds up beautifully now on the power, up the hill. For 11, for turns 11 and 12, one of the most difficult parts, one of the most difficult sectors of Formula 1, I'd say, up there with the last sector of Abu Dhabi 2, as it gets very narrow and difficult for overtaking. But Rainfire doing it absolutely beautifully here on this lap. Although he has been saying apex at turn 15 and he has gone wide, but he just manages to keep the car on the track. But he's going to cross the line now, but it's not going to be a very fast time, and the time is in fact 1 minute 21.2, and that's over a second slower than his personal best of a 1:20.2. Well, we've seen better laps, but I'm sure most of that you can learn from if you study this track carefully. Milan Klaus, however, is up into 7th place. He's on a 1 minute 19.9. Top 10 so far, separated by just over 9 tenths of a second, so qualifying very competitive at the moment. And still, Vettel Fan is your fastest man, and Vic Mill, we missed him actually. Vic Mill has managed to slot in the top 2 with a 1:19.5. He's ahead of GT Fan Vic Mills, title defence. Going in the right direction now, you could say. As Milan Klaus there, going out of shape in Sector 3, and he's going to the pits. Yes, he is. So I had to change the camera there just so we can see him. Very few drivers out on track, but it's getting crucial now for the drivers in the bottom half of the classifications. We've got Spike on the screen now. He's coming around to cross line to start a lap actually here. He's currently in 15th place, not in the drop zone at the moment, but certainly doesn't want to be. Current drivers in the drop zone are Swiss Gamer, Impact Echo, Fozzie Bear, RD Edge, and Zerai. Zerai has not set a time yet, but he is out on track. In fact, he's about to cross the line now for his first lap in the Mercedes, and he crosses the line, does a 1 minute 19.4, and that is second fastest so far. And he's ahead of Vic Mill, he's ahead of GT Fan, he's ahead of Speedy, and he's ahead of C-Stern. Just behind Vettel Fan though. Vettel Fan looking, you say, untouchable at the moment. But yeah, that is enough though for Zerai, I'm sure. Although he's just retired from the session. Now what's he done? He's actually gone off and crashed at between turns 3 and 4, and that has took him off the classifications, and therefore he will not be able to take part in qualifying 2. His car is badly damaged. Suspension broken, wheel broken, wing broken. Yep, so Zerai does that amazing lap, but can't take it any further in the next qualifying session. Impact Echo, meanwhile, is up to 12th. 1:01 minute 20.5. That should be just about enough. We're currently in the drop zone now is Epic Scorpion, Swiss Gamer, Spike across the line now. He's only going 16th. He'll need to set another lap, which he's going to do so. He's going to keep that going. Fozzie Bear, he's coming around now to finish a lap. What's he going to make? Or is he starting? Well, I don't know why he's in lean fuel mix. Fozzie Bear remains in 19th place. Hardy Edge now up to 19th, and that pushes Fozzie Bear right to the bottom. Swiss Gamer pits now, so it's all over him. So Swiss Gamer is out of qualifying at the end of this session. He will most likely be starting 18th, 19th or 20th in the next race. Fozzie Bear is still going for it out there, as is Epic Scorpion and Spike. Out of all those in the drop zone at the moment though, Epic Scorpion will be the first to finish this lap. He hasn't got enough fuel to do another and then come back round in the in lap, I don't think. So this one now crossing the line in the Sauber. He goes 13th fastest with a 1 minute 20.6. That should be safe, but we'll have to see. So Langville and Schwicke are in the pits, so there's nothing they can do. So Schwicke is out of qualifying. Spike now going to cross the line, and this will be the end of it unless he can improve on that 120.7. It looks as though he might though. He might just do it. Is he? Yes, he does. He goes 8th fastest in the Force India, 120.0. That's good enough. Now coming up to cross the line, it's Fozzie Bear just ahead. No, Fozzie Bear's pitting, so that's not it. And on the edge now, he will be going to cross the line. So Fozzie Bear, meanwhile, will be last. But where's RD Edge? Can he get out of the drop zone? Yes, he can. He's 12th fastest, 1 minute 20.2. And so everyone, your bottom 3 for this session, because Epic Scorpion will not be turning this into a hot lap. He's over a second down already. So bottom 5 and out of this session are Epic Scorpion, Selangville, and with Selangville's penalty for the end of this race, that is not what he wants at all. He will not be wanting that. He's got a lot of work to do from 17th, but yeah, it's Epic Scorpion, Selangville, Schwicke, Swiss Gamer and Fozzie Bear in 15th place. Did make it through to the next session, but won't be able to take part is Zerai. Qualifying 2 now. About to get underway. Well, it is underway. We just wait for the drivers to get out on the track. See what happens. This is a very sufficient session, this one. Anyone who makes it through to Q3, they will start the race on the tyres they set their fastest lap time on from this session. So, for example, if GT Fan, in fact no, we've given him a lot of talk already. Let's give it to FC Bayern first. So, if FC Bayern Fan set his fastest lap in this session, as he's exiting the garage now. If FC Bayern Fan set his fastest time in this session on the soft tyres, he'll be starting the race on those exact tyres that he set that time on in this session. if he makes it through to qualifying 3. Knowing how good FC Bayern fan is, I'm sure he'll be able to do just that. No pressure on him though. FC Bayern fan finished 3rd in the US Grand Prix. In fact, no, sorry, I didn't. Oh, I got my eyes going bad. FC Bayern fan is 6th in the championship on 18 points. He finished 8th in America. No, sorry. Yeah, 8th in America and 8th in Canada. But in Brazil, he was 5th. Can he turn those better? Can he go better than that? Can he go better than 5th here in Spain? Or maybe even get a podium? Would be good to see for the Silver Arrows and for FC Bayern fan himself. He's not quite matching the glory of his favourite football team, which of course is, well, you hear it in the name, Bayern Munich. Also on track at the moment, we've got Vettel fan, Weber and Seestern. Rennfahrer too. He's out on track. In fact, he's going to be the first one to clock in a lap in this session. Assuming it's valid, let's just check if that's right. Yes, it is. So, Rennfahrer coming around. There he is, just popping into your picture. Coming around the last corner, and off he goes. Starting a new lap. Starting a lap in this session, as you see the big tall NASCAR style timing board. You can see there, timing tower even, you could say. There, along the start-finish straight. There's no NASCAR here, as we are in Spain and not America. But what can Rennfahrer do? Hopefully he won't get any traffic in his way on this lap. In this session now, 10 drivers can make it through to Q3 and battle out for pole position. 3 though will be dropping out. And I really cannot predict which 3 of those drivers will be dropping out. All 13 drivers in this session, any one of those could make it to Q3 and anyone really could take the pole position, but I think pole position does have to be narrowed down to, I'd say, at least 4 particular drivers: GT fan, Vettel fan, Vic Mill and Zarai. Well, no, not Zarai, I've just remembered he's not in this. So your other one, I'd say, I could say even Seestern. Maybe Seestern certainly good enough for pole, or even Speedy 2000. But now anyway, first lap of qualifying 2. It's about to be set, assuming it's not invalidated, which you saw plenty of invalidated laps last time out in Canada. But here now crossing the line is Rennfahrer, yeah, 1 minute 20.5, and FC Bayern fan 1 minute 19.8. That's an improvement from the last session. And now Vettel fan has improved on his time from last time in Q2, 1 minute 18.9. Brilliant lap there from the Haas driver. Well done. Pascal, Seestern and GT fan are still in the pits. Schnixel meanwhile on the track. He's not going to be next to set a lap. In fact, the next one to set a lap will be Weber. And Weber in the Williams crosses the line. He goes 3rd fastest for 1 minute 20.2. 222 there, 3 ducklings in a row after the 120. Sorry, I don't play bingo. I just, well, I did as a child in little school fun activities. For those of you watching this, you may be wondering where Simon Marshall is, our commentator who was with us last time out in Canada. Simon is unable to be with us tonight. He's got things to do back home in Britain with his family. It's nothing sad, nothing to worry about. It's actually something nice. He's got family visiting him, and they're going out for a lovely meal together. So at the time of this recording and the time they're doing that, we wish Simon and his family all the best. Hopefully a happy evening for the family. But yeah, let's not forget that Simon hopefully will be with us again next time out as we head to Baku. Oh, it's going to be exciting over there, that's for sure. Yeah, hopefully Simon can make it to Baku with us. Yep, Simon, if you are watching this, hello there to you. From myself, Ash Dawson, and I'm sure all our other viewers watching this. If you've not heard Simon commentate before, everyone, yeah, there is. You can go back here on this channel and watch the Canadian Grand Prix. It's certainly a race worth watching. It was an amazing race to watch, that's for sure. Or you can check out Simon's YouTube channel, and I'll tell you the name of it now. Simon's very own YouTube channel is called Bounds Gaming. Yep, Bounds Gaming, all one word. If you want me to put a link in the description below for this, I certainly will do. Subscribe to his channel. He's a very experienced commentator. He certainly has knowledge of the race circuits. But yep, subscribe to Bounds Gaming if you wish, sir. I'd certainly recommend you do. But right now, the fastest man on track is Vettel Fan. Well, he's not on track right now, but best of the rest from Vettel Fan is Schnixel at the moment. 1 minute 19.3. That is a very good lap from the McLaren driver. Schnixel is a factor in this race. Well, in my mind, a podium. If you could just keep it together. Maybe he's second fastest now, but Vic Mill and GT Fan has not set a lap. Vic Mill has just left the pits and is now on his out lap in the Red Bull. There you go, the defending and reigning champion on your screen now, car number 23 on that Red Bull. Be interested to see if he can continue to do well from last season. He certainly is at the moment after winning the Brazilian Grand Prix. Had a good battle with GT Fan in that race. But he did eventually pull away to Vic Mill once he managed to shake off the young rookie. But here we go. Anyway, Vic Mill is coming around now to start a lap. GT Fan is also out on track there on your screen. He's also left the pits along with Spike, his teammates. But Vic Mill now come around to start a lap. There he is, popping into view. And he's off. There we go. If he sets the fastest time here, he will hope to not ruin his tyres. As Milan Klaus at the moment has gone to the third fastest, 119.3 I report. Oh, and Vic Mill slowed down. Made a little mistake into turn one. He's not very pleased with that. And he's going to go around the rest of this lap in lean fuel mix and come back and start another lap. Fair enough to him there. Got the two Force Indias on track, quite close together. Spike being the leading one on the track. We see now Spike, there he goes, he's starting a lap. Fuel tank wide open to burn it all and get as much performance out of the car as he can. Just as Speedy has left the pits in the Renault. But here comes Spiker there, very well through turn 1 and 2. Hitting the racing line just right. Now absolutely flying there out of turn 3, very well done. Now coming up to turn 4. Change down to 4th gear, that's what I do. Get on the power as early as possible coming out of turn 4. And now to turn 5, take a wide line here again. He was a bit late there to hit the apex, but he eventually did. And he exited turn 5 absolutely beautifully there. Now coming through turns 7 and 8. Tight left-hander, then a very loose right-hander on the exit. Up the hill now to turn 9. Not always flat through here, you do have to lift, sometimes even change down, which is what Spiker just did. Here we go, turn 8 now, braking about 80 to 90 metres before turn 10. Taking as much curb as you can through here, but just try not to cut the corner. Spike doing very well so far on this lap. I'd say he's a contender for the top 8. But now in the tight final sector of the lap. Here he goes, he's hitting the apex, he's good, he's not cut a corner, he's not spun the car. And now coming around the final corner to cross the line. And his time is a 1 minute 20.3, so only 9th fastest, and GT Fan second fastest again to Vettel Fan, a 119.8, sorry, 119.08, my apologies. So GT Fan is getting a taste of his own medicine from last time out in Canada. GT Fan was fastest in all 3 qualifying sessions there, ahead of Vettel Fan. Vettel Fan was second in all of those, I believe he was, but now GT Fan was second in the first session and now second in this session. Certainly got to work on that. I mean, we saw in qualifying 3 last time out in Canada, it all looked like Vettel Fan had pulled it out of the bag and had beaten GT Fan when it mattered most for pole position, but no, GT Fan out of absolutely nowhere, pulled out a stunning lap and went 0.8 of a second faster than Vettel fan. We could so easily see the same thing happen here in Spain. Now what's happening in Spain, the sky's getting a little bit darker. If you just look up a bit there's a bit of blue sky still visible, but the clouds are getting darker and we may see some rain. We might see some rain. We don't know yet, but we could. As Speedy 2000 meanwhile has improved on his lap time, 1:19.1, still not quite fast enough to beat GT Fan. Vic Mill meanwhile is back out on track and is ready to set a fast lap once again. Is he still not set a lap yet? He's got 3.5 minutes still to go. It all isn't lost just yet. But he just coasts slowly round. Sector 3 doesn't want to make a mistake. Here we go, you're about to see now. He's going to zoom out of this turn 15 now. Off he goes. And round turn 16 there, great shot of there, sideways. Yeah, you've got to get as good exit as you can out of turn 15 and turn 16, rounding that. To get your perfect start to this lap. There's a car there just coming out of the pits, but it doesn't appear to get in the way. Didn't quite see which car that was, but yep, all looking good. Although Impact Echo has now retired from the session, he's gone off track at turns 7 and 8, and that's going to bring out yellow flags for Vic Mill. Hopefully, he won't have to. Maybe he won't ruin him so much as that is only virtual, but we'll have to see. I think he may have to slow down here. Car's still there. Oh, it's gone green again. Yeah, he's able to go through there nicely. And he can carry on with his lap. On the gas, off he goes, going almost off the track there at turn 9. But Vic Mill, he's a champion, he knows how to do it. He was born a champion, absolutely. He's the only one not to set a lap yet, but that is all about to change. Impact Echo, I will say, he was the slowest driver in the session so far. That's not really made a lot of difference, this. But what could make a difference is Vic Mill here for himself. As he comes around now to start, to end this lap, and he goes, where does he go? He goes second fastest, 1:18.999. Just under a tenth faster than GT Fan, but he's still unable to match that monstrous Haas of Vettel Fan. It's qualifying here in Spain. Well. It's all surprising. We really don't know what is going on. Well, we know what's going on. We can believe what we're watching, but we don't know what more is going to happen. But yep, your fastest man still there is Vettel Fan, and it's Vic Mill currently in second place. Most drivers are in the pits right now. Pascal is also on track in the Red Bull, Vic Mill's teammate. Pascal is a rookie. He couldn't have a better teammate for his first season, the defending champion. Some would say it's good, some would say it's bad. Good, the reason being you've got somebody experienced to help you out. But bad, because, well, you're most likely to be put down as the second driver of the team, and people not to expect so good from you. But Pascal now, he's about to start another lap, I believe. But is he going to make it across the line in time? Come on, go. No, he's pitting. His session's over. And he's 8th fastest. But still, Weber and Spike have still got everything to prove. Weber is not going any quicker on this lap. What's he going to make of it here? Can he get out of 11th place and into the top? Oh, he's gone wide. Oh, that's it now. It's going to be all over for him. Is he? Is he? Yes, he is. It's all over, and he just very narrowly loses out. But Spiker now is the last man to set a time in qualifying 2. Oh no, he's gone off the track and he's binned it. He's put it in the wall. Although it kind of looked deliberate, that did, the way the wheel turned. Well, that's your session over, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. We started with 20 and now 10 drivers remain. And it's 12 minutes in total in this session to battle it out for pole position. On your screen now is Pascal in the Red Bull. Can he improve and get close to his teammate in this session? Or will Vic Mill just run him out again and totally outperform him? It's going to be interesting to see that. Vic Mill now also on your screen in the other Red Bull. He was third fastest, I think, in the first session, and then second fastest in the second session. Can he finally bring out what's best of him and get on pole position for the Spanish Grand Prix? It'd be amazing to see that. Milan Klaus also out on track in the Toro Rosso. There he is, running just behind Vic Mill on track. But another one to watch out for there, Schnixel in the McLaren Honda, coming in, replacing pro owners for the remainder of the season. Car number 42 there, Schnixel. Can he get in the top 3? We'll be hoping to do that. GT fan there on screen. We saw him pull the best out of him in the final session at Canada. Well, he was already pulling out the best early on. Or was it his best? Well, he was fastest in the first sessions in Canada, but it wasn't until the last session, qualifying 3, where he showed his true pace and totally shocked Vettel fan to bits by beating him by 0.8 of a second at one point in that session. It's very, very competitive, this qualifying session now here in IFM. Pascal, Seastern, Renfar, GT fan, Schnixel, Vettel fan, Milan Klaus, Speedy, Vic Mill and Esteban fan are all in contention for pole position. I cannot pick just one. Of course, the favourite for it, just coming now to complete his lap, Vettel fan. What's he going to do? He's going to be setting the benchmark for this session. And he crosses the line now. He goes 1 minute 20.1, although it's not valid. Pascal, though, has set a valid time. 1 minute 19.9. Oh, that's not the fastest we've seen. Probably the fastest we've seen from him, but not the fastest out of everyone. Seastern is now going to come round. In fact, Esteban fan has now set a lap 20.0, but that's not enough. So now Seastern crosses the line and goes first, pole, provisional pole, 119.4. So he's now your next man on provisional pole. But then Speedy, he's just starting the lap, so Schnixel will be your next man. He slides just out of turn 15 there, but he goes very quick to turn 16 and coming out across the line of McLaren Honda. He goes on provisional pole, 1 minute 19.3. That is not the fastest we've seen so far, but even Vic Mill's unable to match that one actually. Milan Klaus and Vic Mill cannot match Schnixel at the moment, and therefore Schnixel in the McLaren Honda is your current man on pole position. But now GT fan has done it, 119.1. But he can still improve on that, we know he can. But what will Vettel fan do? He's just coming around to cross the line now in the Haas. Is he going to go on pole position? Yes, he is! 1 minute 18.7, and that is almost 0.4 of a second faster than GT fan. So Vettel fan is your man on provisional pole so far for the Spanish Grand Prix. Speedy, however, is just now in the final sector in the Renault. What can he do? Can he slot into the top 5? Which is what's expected of him. Here he goes then. Gets a bit out of shape coming out of turn 15, but now onto the main straight and crossing the line. Speedy fan, sorry not Speedy, but Speedy 2000 is third fastest and ahead of Schnixel, who on 19.2. I say every time because it's all relevant. But yeah, Vettel fan so far is the only man in this session to get into the 118s. GT fan just about did last time in qualifying 2. This is where it matters most. And he's there in his Force India. He's going to come into the pits at the end of this lap, I assume. He will be doing. There he goes. And hopefully he can, for his team, he can pull something out of nowhere like last time in Canada. Vettel fan there on your screen, also going into the pits. Pascal. He's also coming into the pits as well. Schnixel, Vic Mill and Seastern are also in the pits. Well, Vettel fan and GT fan as we just saw. Milan Klaus and Renfar are in it too. Speedy's the only man on the track at the moment. And they'll also be coming into the pits, so We've had the first runs of qualifying 3 done, and your man on provisional pole is Vettel fan in the Haas. Well. He may be the fastest man in this session as he was in the first 2, but it's not over yet, and we know it's not. Certainly going to be interesting to see what can be done. Renfara hasn't even left his garage yet, and when he does, he's got it all to do. If he left the garage now, we'd have clear track, but it appears at the moment he's not doing that. But we've got a car just about to leave the garage there. What is it? It's the Force India, and it's the Force India of GT Fan. GT Fan is already going back out onto the track. He's already weaving his tyres there, just on pit exit. He's really trying to get as much heat as he can into those soft tyres. Go. All the drivers say Renfara has now left the garage too. So he's just left just after I said he should. So well done. What can he deliver for the Haas team? Can he match his teammate Vettel fan? Vettel fan proving to be the better driver so far. And Vic Mill, believe it or not everyone, is down in 5th place. That is certainly not what expected of the defending champion. Considering what we've seen so far in qualifying, as we've got the Ferrari now of Seaston Pryor leaving the garage too, and the McLaren of not Schnixel, yes it is Schnixel. Schnixel and Seastern have left their garages and are out on track. Milan Klaus is also out on track. Also Pascal, he's just exiting the pits now as well. A GT fan now coming round. Well, I was about to take him out to start a lap, but he's not. He's pitting, and I think he's had enough. Unless it appears there's something wrong with those particular set of tyres he's got, then I don't know what he's doing. And if really is, if his session is over, then Vettel fan, you could say, is almost safe, because no one apart from GT fan has come anywhere near him. Vic Mill did early on in qualifying too, but so far in this session has not got very close to him. Vettel fan there now, starting a lap. What can he do here? He'll be the first man, I think, to set a lap time. No, he won't. Renfara will be the first to set a lap time in this second lot of runs. So Renfara is your man there in the Haas. What can Renfara do? Just slides there out, coming out of turn number 10. But yeah, up now for turn 12. Coming there for turns 13, 14, 15 and 16. Still sliding in the back end out a bit. I think he's running a bit of a lower downforce setup compared to everyone else. But Renfara now is crossing the line. 7th fastest, 119.5. That is. We see Vettel fan now. Can he go quicker? I don't think he can though. It doesn't look like he will. Oh no, yes he has. But it's not been validated. It's not valid. It was a 118.5, but it's not valid. However, Milan Klaus, look at that, has pulled out from nowhere a 118.9. That is an amazing lap. And GT fan has actually left the pits and he's gone out for another run. And will he make it rounding time? He is tight on time. Oh, it's going to be interesting to see that. But yeah, Milan Klaus has done a very good lap there, 118.9. He's currently second fastest, and that'll be his first front row start of the season. So well done him. Schnixel is about to start another lap, as is Vic Mill. Pascal has just started one, although he has improved on his last time, 119.5, so well done there. FC Bayern fan gone 10th, 120.0. But we've got to see now. Yep, GT fan has just crossed the line, and he's starting a lap. He's made it round in time. I wasn't sure if he would, but he has. What can GT fan do here? It's going to be interesting to see if he can do it, but what is also interesting to see is Vettel fan now come around the corner, as Milan Klaus improved on his time, but not his position, 118.8. But Vettel fan, is he going to improve and go faster again? He does, just by a little bit, but still a 118.7. Makes it even harder for GT fan to beat. Seaston Prior, we haven't noticed, is gone up to third, 119.0. And yeah, that's his run over. So well done, Seaston, you are currently in third. Speedy is fifth, and that's his session over. Schnixel, Vic Mill, Pascal, Renfarer, and FC Bayern fan are all yet to finish. But now, your next man to cross the line is Schnixel in the McLaren Honda. He was on provisional pole at the start of this session. And now, coming up to the line, his deciding run. Can he improve from 7th on the grid? He crosses the line and he goes on provisional pole! Oh my goodness me, 1 minute 18.5. Oh, that is absolutely sensational driving from the young Dutchman. And Vic Mill can only go third fastest. So, oh my god. GT fan as well has gone second. He pulled out his best when he needed to, but it was just not quite enough to match that of Schnixel. Oh my goodness me, what a lap. And I'm going to speak, and Schnixel is our director, and I'm going to actually speak to him and ask, will he save that lap time? And can he feature that in this qualifying footage we have here? Because that 118.5 is an absolutely fantastic lap around the circuit to Catalunya.
To go. Someone's just posted a faster time. You've been dropped to the 4th row, P7.
I was speechless, I could say, really. It's amazing. And GT fan, I guess, will just be happy enough to be, you know, the fastest out of his championship rivals. Vic Mill got up to 4th. Vic Mill got up to 4th in the Red Bull. He's very close to Vettel fan. So just like last time out in Canada, we've had a qualified 3 where everything has just gone berserk. Literally berserk. Unbelievable stuff. And it's only going to make the race very, very exciting indeed. So on pole position, pulling out a stunning lap and over a 10th quicker than everyone else is Schnixel, 118.5. Then behind him is GT fan, Vettel fan, Vic Mill. What can he do from 4th? Vic Mill, the defending champion. Milan Klaus in 5th, Seastone Price 6th, Pascal is 7th, Speedy 2000 is 8th, Renfarer 9th, and FC Bayern fan rounds off the top 10. Thanks for watching qualifying. I hope you've all enjoyed it. And please, watch the race. It's certainly going to be a cracking one. Oh yes.